Hello, hello.
Hi, Bob.
Howdy. Hi, Heidi.
Hey, mics are working. Good.
Heidi, which team are you?
I'm fair and balanced. I don't know what color that is, though.
I'll find out. Who's your captain?
We're blue.
You're blue.
Oh, blue. Yeah.
Fair and balanced is blue. Who's the captain?
Yep.
I am.
Who's I?
Anthony.
Anthony. Oh, okay. Thank you.
We gotta call into our line. So Heidi.
You know what? Okay, you can, but you know what? The phone line has sort of gotten the heave ho. People have not been consulting at the top of the category. You can't consult during the regular game, and actually, people have said they enjoy hearing the stealing team consult rather than just have 10 seconds of silence, you know? So basically the teams have been consulting out loud in the room, and it apparently contributes to everybody's enjoyment. You're welcome to use the phone line, but I think
I'd rather not use it. I just knew that was the way to consult and do that. So
right.
If we're not going to do that, then that's fine with me.
Yeah, I think it takes one unnecessary technical element out of the game. Gene, who's your team captain?
We're the same team.
Oh, you're the same team. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, very good. Yeah, you have to unmute, by the way, Gene.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Anthony.
Somebody came up with a key for muting and unmuting. I forget. Is it Alt-C?
Alt-A.
Alt-A. That's it. So Alt-A is the quickest way to mute and unmute during the game.
That's Alt-A on a PC or Command Shift A on a Mac.
That's the invisible Dan Strafford who just told you that. Hi, Dan.
You can't see me, Bob? I'm waving my hand. I'm kidding.
No. I see a box that says TPT Kaplan.
Yeah, I'm not there. How's it going?
Good. Good. Good meetings. Getting good stuff done.
I believe Rochelle shall be along to scorekeep again.
Oh, good. And who was Brave Little Trivia? That's a new team to me.
I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Well, this is not. Was this a reschedule, Anthony? Yeah, it was. Okay. So
Mike Rom.
Yeah, Mike Rom. The fear I have, though, is the rest of his team did not accept the calendar invite on the calendar. So I am hopeful that is not indicative of their presence in today's match.
Hi, guys.
And to be fair, I rarely actually accept meeting invites. I just leave them on my calendar.
Do we have the team names, red and blue?
Blue is fair and balanced. Brave Little Trivia is red. Hi, Rochelle.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Saw a good show last night.
What'd you see?
They made a musical up here in Cambridge of Jagged Little Pill.
You got to see it, Bob?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my wife to see it.
It's very good, very enjoyable.
Who stars as Alanis Morissette?
They sort of broke. It's about a family. So there's a Elizabeth Stanley, who you might remember from Crybaby, is the mother who's addicted to pills. Her husband is working and ignores her, and they have an adopted African-American daughter. And this gal, I got to remember her name because she is an instant star. She's the other cat. She's not gender fluid, but she's got a girlfriend who's very gender fluid. And then she has a boyfriend. She's the one who writes Ironic as a school composition. And when they attack her because her song really isn't about irony, a boy comes to her defense. And then there's another high school girl who accuses a boy of rape, and people don't believe her. So it really, it sounds like it's sort of ticking off every issue.
A little bit.
But it really works, and the music just sounds fabulous. The song sounds so good.
So is it the music from the album?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of like what American Idiot did. It takes out, adds a few new songs, rearranges them. Tom Kitt, who did Next to Normal, orchestrates them with an onstage band. And every character in it is great. And the young girl who plays, who wrote it is Diablo Cody.
Oh, wow.
And the gender fluid girlfriend, who sounds exactly like Ellen Page in Juno, they give her You Ought to Know, and I swear to you, the audience gave her a standing ovation at the end of her number.
Oh, wow.
That good.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, I think it's going to come to New York. It's going to attract the same kind of people who love Dear Evan Hansen.
Got it.
Of who are legion, of course.
I don't know. I think it's gonna skew older than Dear Evan Hansen. My niece loved Dear Evan Hansen. I liked it okay, but Jagged Little Pill, she wouldn't know. My 16-year-old niece wouldn't know from Jagged Little Pill.
No, it's not going to get that. And also, as I'm going to point out in the review, it doesn't have the single character huggability that Evan Hansen does. It splits up. You have to split your sympathies and your empathy across like 6 or 8 characters.
Single character huggability.
Yeah, that's one of the big things about Evan Hansen is that kid was so huggable.
Yeah, but I think everyone should aspire to that in their life, to have single person huggability. Single character huggability. Can you guys? I'm sharing. Can you see the scoreboard?
Yes, yep. And it's very handsome. It's been redesigned.
Yeah.
This is my first time doing the trivia. Can you give a quick rundown of just
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I know how
to do yourself. No, Bob, can you give a 101?
Sure. We'll show you how to use the buzzer. You buzz in. You don't have to wait for me to finish reading the clue. When you think you know the answer, buzz in. You have 5 seconds to unmute Alt-A and respond. In a steal situation, the captain will consult with you and you'll decide on an answer or pass. If you're wrong, you lose those points. But, what I always tell newcomers and veterans alike is that you're better off being bold. First of all, it's more fun to answer, even if you're wrong, than sitting back because you're afraid to be, winning or just having a good time. You got to sort of be in it. You got to play to win it. So if you think you know the answer, buzz in, take a chance, especially the first round where there's so few points at stake. You don't have to put it in the form of a question. And the big reminder is you cannot buzz in more than twice per category. That is not permitted.
You know how to get the scoreboard? Do you have the scoreboard? Do you know how to get the scoreboard? Do you know how to get the buzzer?
No.
Okay, so you have to go to tpt.mykaplan.tv.
So go back to the calendar.
tpt.mykaplan.tv, and the game code is 150.
Okay.
So it'll ask you for your name and the game code, and then your name should appear on the buzzer, and then we will test buzzers once we have a quorum of. Do we have people from both teams, Bob, or is this all one team's worth of people?
I think Dan's been watching for that.
Okay, looks like we're no.
What was the game code for the buzzer?
150.
150. Oh.
The problem with that I don't understand with the new format is which team is red and which team is blue, because all the names appear under the blue category.
I think left is red and right is blue.
Okay.
Although, yeah, that seems
no,
right.
we're blue. It says in the invite, it says blue.
Fair and balanced is blue, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, okay. Well, it's fine. All right, so it looks like, Bob, are we ready to do buzzer checks? It looks like we have a quorum on each team.
Yes. Do we have the cap? Mike, Mike, you lost the beard. You look so young. You look like you've just graduated from high school. Good heavens.
I'm going to grow my beard back. Thanks, Bob.
No, you look great. You look great. So we have Mike, the captain from Brave Little Trivia, and Anthony for Fair and Balanced. Yes, by all means, let's do the buzzer check.
All right, buzzer checkers. Let's start with Mike. Freddie. Oh, guys, wait till I call your name. All right, let's try Freddie. Is Freddie there?
Freddie stepped away from his desk for a second.
Eddie.
Hang on.
Jean. Anthony, I think I saw you before, but try again. John. Heidi. Okay, Bob, the buzzers are ready.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to match 16, the postponed match 16, but better late than never, as we embark on another match of Kaplan TPT. We have the blue team is Anthony and Fair and Balanced. We get a hand wave for everybody in Fair and Balanced, big smiles. And the red team, Brave Little Trivia, is Mike and his cohort. Mike is the captain. You can all wave, say hello, hi. Okay. I think we quickly, for the benefit of new players, we quickly reviewed the high points of the game. Are there any questions that anybody has about the gameplay?
I guess not a question, but I just remember this from playing last year and doing it again now. I just set my buzzer up on the desktop instead of my phone. I don't know if everybody did that, but it's clearly much easier to do the buzzer on your phone than it is on your computer.
Anthony, I did the same thing. I'm going to
Yeah, I just switched to my phone.
Okay. I have to tell you, I love today's boards. I just think they are just so good. They're really, really clever, I think.
Will it mess something up if we go and all do it on the website from our phone too? Like, will it add like 6 of us now?
I just X'd out of the desktop one first before opening it on my phone. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Dan, are you there?
You're gone, Gene, so that works.
Dan is MIA. All right, Rochelle, shall we plow ahead? Or wait to make sure everybody is okay with it? If everybody's switching to the phones, we're going to have to do another buzzer check.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, Mike. Freddie. Eddie. Heidi. Jean. Right. Is there anybody else who's logged in who's not showing up? John. Okay. I'm gonna mute.
Are we all set?
I think we're set. At least I think that's everybody now.
Very good. My only request is that you all mute and use Alt-A to unmute when you're called upon, and then immediately mute again. Try to get into that rhythm of muting unless and until you're recognized, and then quickly muting again. Here we go with our first category. The questions go from 1 to 5 points. Remember, no more than 2 buzzes per category for any player. The first category is the lion. The lion. For 1 point. Though they vary between individuals and populations, these on male lions help to make them look larger. Anthony.
Their mane.
Manes is correct. First blood for the blue team, 1 point. I love the buzzer. It looks beautiful. Now for 2 points. The lion. Most lions live in Africa, but several hundred Asiatic lions also live in this country's Gir National Park. Most lions live in Africa, but several hundred Asiatic lions also live in this country's Gir National Park. 5 seconds. Remember, teams, no consulting during these toss-up questions. Time, Rochelle, what would you guess?
I do not know.
No. It is India. India. The Gir National Park is in India. Several hundred Asiatic lions. Okay. Lions, the lion for 3. Lions love this type of grassy plain with scattered trees that sounds like a, Mike?
Savannah?
Sounds like a Georgia city. Savannah is right, and Brave Little Trivia is on the board. The lion for 4. Roaring and scent marking are the 2 ways that lions establish this from the Latin for earth. Roaring and scent marking are the 2 ways that lions, John?
Territory.
Territory is from the Latin for earth. Very good. That's 4 points for the blue team. Finally, the lion for 5. Nobody's buzzed in twice, so you're all eligible. This Tanzanian national park lost more than 1,000 lions in 1994 when they caught canine distemper from domestic dogs. This Tanzanian national park lost more than 1,000 lions in 1994 when they caught canine distemper from domestic dogs. 5 seconds. Time. Rochelle? You'll all kick yourself when you, but not literally, but you'll notice like it is Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. Okay, we go from the lion to the witch. The witch for 1 point. This TV family included Uncle Fester and Grandmama, a potion-making witch. Anthony.
The Addams Family.
That is right for 1 point. The witch for 2. Talk about your mother-in-law being a real witch. Darren had to deal with Endora on Freddie.
Bewitched.
Bewitched on this TV show. That's 2 points for the red team. Going back and forth. I envision a really good match. 3 points. Aunt Hilda and Aunt Zelda told a 16-year-old she's a witch. Anthony?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
On that sitcom, Sabrina the Teenage Witch is correct. 3 points for the blue team. For the 4 points, Witchy Poo coveted Freddie the Talking Flute on this Sid and Marty Krofft kids show. Witchy Poo coveted Freddie the Talking Flute on this Sid and Marty Krofft kids show. 5 seconds. Time. This one goes back a ways. Rochelle?
Was it
think of the new term. Stuff? Think of the new term for personnel department. What is it?
It was, I thought, HR Puffin Stuff.
HR Puffin Stuff is correct. HR Puffin Stuff. Well done. You get points. And about for 5 points in The Witch. The Hallowell sisters were good witches who fought evil. Jean.
Charmed.
Charmed is right. Jean pops in for a first response with 5. Very good.
Oops.
Very well done. And I'll announce the score, by the way, after every 3 categories. Guess where we're going after the lion and the witch?
Therapy.
The wardrobe.
The wardrobe.
Therapy. No, the wardrobe. Here we go with the wardrobe for 1 point. A book by Frances Hodgson Burnett inspired the velvet suit for boys called Little Lord This. A book by Frances Hodgson Burnett inspired the velvet suit for boys called Little Lord This. 5 seconds. Rochelle, I know you know this one. I know I do.
Fauntleroy.
Fauntleroy, yes. Little Lord Fauntleroy is correct. The wardrobe for 2. These open work hose in a diamond pattern have a catchy name. These open work hose in a diamond pattern, Mike?
Fishnets.
Fishnets is right. And a reminder to both teams, you can answer in the form of a question, Jeopardy style, if you like, but nobody is required to, and nobody will make fun of you if you do. The wardrobe for 3. Similar to chinos, these pants get their name from the Urdu for dust color. Similar to chinos, Jean?
Khaki.
Khaki is right for 3 points. Well, you may be new to the game, Jean, but you're doing great. For 4 points in the wardrobe. A twin set is often a short sleeve pullover sweater worn under this long sleeve sweater. Heidi?
Sorry. Cardigan?
A cardigan is right, 4 points. Cardigan is correct. Named for Lord Cardigan of Charge of Light Brigade fame. Finally, for 5 points. Katharine Hepburn had her tailoring done at this fraternal clothing company known for its men's suits. Mike?
Brooks Brothers?
Brooks Brothers is right. And at the end of 3 categories, it's very tight. There's so few points in this round. This is essentially a tie. But Fair and Balanced is ahead, 21-12, to Brave Little Trivia. And let me suggest that if you can, you grab a pencil and a piece of paper for this next category, because this one may be helped by your jotting something down in each one. Is everybody ready? Got yourself something to jot down with? The category is called disembowelment. Disembowelment with a V. I will give you letters and a definition of a word. All the vowels have been omitted. So your job is to give me the word with the vowels reinstated. Okay? So I'll give you the consonants and the definition. Whenever you're ready, you buzz in with the word with the vowels missing. Okay, you'll get the hang of it. For 1 point, S for Sam, Q for quarter. So it's SQ is the first one. A coniferous tree that can reach 300 feet. Jean?
Sequoia.
Sequoia is the re-voweled word. Yeah. SQ are the only consonants, and Jean got it right. Sequoia for 1 point. Disembowelment for 2. L for Larry, T for Tom, M for Mary, T for Tom, M for Mary. So the letters are L, T, M, T, M. A final, uncompromising demand. Mike?
Ultimatum.
Ultimatum is correct for 2 points. Is this a good category? By giving the letters first, it becomes a little fairer, I think. Okay, for 3 points. N as in Nancy, M as in Mary, NM. This condition is from the Greek for want of blood. Mike?
Anemia?
Anemia is out. Is correct, rather. And I was saying, Mike, yeah, there's the hands that say Mike is out for the rest of this category. If he were to buzz in this category, your team would automatically lose the point count. NM, by the way, is not just Dorothy Gale's aunt. Okay, the next one for 4 points. B for Bob. A boyfriend, a fop, a geste. Anthony.
A beau.
Beau geste is correct. Good. That's a good one. That was a hard one. 4 points. Very well done. And finally, disembowelment for 5 points. B as in Bob, L as in Larry, V as in Victor, S as in Sam. That's BLVS. It means unmindful or unaware. Heidi. You have to
I'm sorry. Then I lost it. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, it's a break for the red team. For 5 points, you get to consult red team. BLVS. It means unmindful or unaware.
Oblivious.
Is that your answer, Mike?
Yeah.
Oblivious is correct for 5 points. Not to worry, Heidi. There's lots more points ahead. Don't be discouraged. Better to buzz in and get into the game. Okay. And I realized I forgot to mention the score at the last time, so I'll just mention now. Brave Little Trivia. Oh, I did. But Brave Little Trivia 22, Fair and Balanced 21. As I said, a very even game. Next is military ranks. Military ranks. For 1 point. Not public. Not public. Jean.
Private.
Private is correct for 1 point. And you're tied up. For 2 points. Military ranks. Not specific. John.
General.
That's right. General is not specific. Military ranks for 3. A student's declared field of study. Mike?
Major.
Major is correct for 3 points. Military ranks for 4. Kangaroo was one on TV. Kangaroo, Anthony?
Captain.
Captain is right for 4 points. And finally, for 5 points, military ranks. Painful punishment practice. Anthony?
Corporal.
Corporal is right. 5 points there. Now, the last category is called life-saving at Bondi Beach. That's the Australian paradise that attracts surfers and lifeguards. Life-saving at Bondi Beach. These all had visuals as their background, and the visuals had absolutely nothing to do with the clues. So we will swim ahead. Life-saving at Bondi Beach for 1 point. The familiar red and yellow flags and uniforms of Australia's lifesavers originated with the maritime code signals, in which a red and yellow flag stood for the letter O, which was used to signal man in this predicament. John?
Overboard?
Man overboard is correct. All that gab for 1 point for that answer, but the rest of these are just the same, so hang in there. For 2 points, in cold weather, hypothermia causes the body to lose heat faster than it can be produced. In hot weather, lifesavers often have to treat this opposite condition, from Greek for overheating. In cold weather, hypothermia causes the body to lose heat faster than it can be produced. In hot weather, lifesavers often have to treat this opposite condition, from Greek for overheating. John?
Dehydration?
That's incorrect. A break for the red team. I'll say it again. Here you go, Mike. You can consult. In cold weather, hypothermia causes the body to lose heat faster than it can be produced. In hot weather, lifesavers often have to treat this opposite condition, from Greek for overheating. They don't have to let us in on their consulting.
We're going to pass on this one, and we're also having some difficulty with our buzzers.
Oh, well, we'll check the buzzer in a minute. But the opposite of hypothermia is simply hyperthermia. Hyperthermia is what we're going for. Buzzer problem, Rochelle? Should they refresh? Should they get out and come back?
Refreshing seemed to work here, so.
Okay. Shall we go ahead?
Oh, we can do a buzzer check real quick. Freddie? Mike? Eddie? Heidi? John? Anthony? Jean? We're good.
Oh, thank you. Okay, more verbiage for 3 points in life-saving. Oh boy. Emergency treatment for cardiac arrest often involves giving the victim's chest an electrical shock to jolt the heart out of the deadly state known as ventricular this, or VFib. Emergency treatment. Mike.
Fibrillation.
Thank you for not making me read the thing again. Fibrillation is correct for 3 points. For 4 points. The evacuation siren and flag are used when one of these is approaching, as happened in February 2010 following an earthquake across the Pacific in China. Mike.
A tsunami?
Tsunami is correct. And Mike is ineligible, but everybody else is for the last clue in life-saving. Inflatable rescue boats are serious rescue tools, not bathtub toys. But here they're affectionately called rubber these. John?
Duckies.
Rubber duckies is correct. And at the end of the first round, we are essentially in tie status. Fair and balanced, the blue team 37, Brave Little Trivia 32. The points will change, the points will double, and the scores will really change. But we also have, as many of you know, an intermission of Kaplan crowdsourcing potpourri. Colleagues and fellow employees and peers have sent in questions. We have 5 that we're going to offer to you. Since we couldn't norm them, we're going to give 3 points for each. And we trust that you will enjoy hearing what your colleagues have brought into. And each used entry will get an entry. Each used question will get an entry into a babka raffle. So here we go. For 3 points, each of these is 3 points. Looking back on his fairly brief time with the Lawrence Welk Show, this legendary jazz clarinetist said, "Champagne and bourbon don't mix." Looking back on his fairly brief time with the Lawrence Welk Show, this legendary jazz clarinetist said, "Champagne and bourbon don't mix." 5 seconds. Okay. Glenn Masiak submitted that one, and he was looking for Pete Fountain. Pete Fountain. Okay. Here we go for another 3 points. While Rafael Nadal is the undisputed king of clay with 10 French Open titles, she holds the most women's titles with 7. Anthony.
Chris Evert.
Chris Evert is correct. And Rochelle, who submitted that one? Oh, she's modest. She did. Rochelle sent in that one. I really liked it. Okay. That one, sorry, that one we used. All right. Okay. For 3 more points. These predators were reintroduced to Yellowstone National Park in 1995. These predators, John.
Wolves.
Wolves is correct for 3 points. And that was sent in by Bill Keevan. Okay. For 3 points, our 4th clue. Jamaica is known for dominating the sprints at the Olympics, but they have 1 bronze medal in this sport where athletes ride to victory. Jamaica is known for Heidi.
Bobsled?
No, that's incorrect.
Oh,
I see where you came from on that one, but nope. This is another break for the red team. Jamaica is known for dominating the sprints at the Olympics, but they have one bronze medal in this sport where athletes ride to victory. You have 10 seconds to consult and can answer or pass.
We're going to pass on this one.
Okay. Rochelle, want to take a guess? No? No idea, anybody? No, it is cycling. They have a bronze medal in cycling. Okay. And that one was Delroy Waugh's submission. Delroy sent that in. Thank you, Delroy. And finally, for 3 points. In 2014 and 2015, this actor starred as a stranded astronaut in need of rescue from hostile planets, not once, but twice. Gene.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, first in The Martian and then in Inception. Well done. That's 3 more points. And at the end of the crowdsourcing, and that was Rebecca Stover, by the way, at the end of the intermission round, Fair and Balanced 43, Brave Little Trivia 32. But as I said, the points are now doubled and the scores can really change. Excellent match so far, teams. You're doing great. Keep up the energy. The first category in the second round, 2 to 10 points, is the Balkan Peninsula. The Balkan Peninsula. For 2 points. A small portion of this country, the only part that's in Europe, lies on the Balkan Peninsula. A small portion of this country, the only part that's in Europe, lies on the Balkan Peninsula. John.
There's a bit of Turkey, I think. No?
Right. There is a bit of Turkey separated by the Dardanelles. Yes, Turkey is correct for 2 points. Balkan Peninsula for 4. A 1995 peace accord divided this two-named country into a Muslim Croat Federation and a Serb Republic. A 1995 peace accord divided this two-named country. Anthony?
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Bosnia and Herzegovina is correct for 4 points. Balkan Peninsula for 6. In the 1990s, Greece imposed a trade embargo on this nation in a dispute over its name. Jean?
Macedonia.
Macedonia, and Fair and Balanced knows its Balkan peninsulas. That's 3 points there. Each of you has answered one of them. Here we go for 4, the Balkan Peninsula. The southernmost point of the Balkans is Cape Tenerium on this Greek peninsula. The southernmost point of the Balkans, is Cape Taenarum, Taenarum, on this Greek peninsula. 5 seconds. Time. There's a famous ancient war called the same thing, the Peloponnesian Peninsula. And finally, for 5 points, what am I saying? 10 points. We're in the second round. For 10 points, the northern boundary of the Balkan Peninsula is mostly defined by 2 rivers, the Sava and this one. The northern boundary of the Balkan Peninsula is mostly defined by 2 rivers, the Sava and this one. 5 seconds. And time. I don't know. Rochelle, guess? No? It is, I don't know if I would have guessed this. I might have held back myself. This is the beautiful blue Danube. The Danube is the river. Okay. I'm sure we'll have even more luck with the next category, film first names. Film first names. For 2 points. Title, Spy Guy from The Bourne Identity. Freddie?
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne is correct for 2 points. Well done. Film first names for 4. It's the given name of Citizen Kane. It's the given name of Citizen Kane. 5 seconds. Freddie.
Charles Foster Kane.
Charles Foster Kane is correct for 4 points. And Freddie is out of this category. The blue team will have to forge on without him. But here we go for 6 points. Rick's romantic rival in Casablanca. Rick's romantic rival in Casablanca. Time. Rochelle, you remember?
I'm going to disappoint you, Bob. I've never seen Casablanca.
Oh, well, you're in for a treat when you do. His rival is Victor Laszlo. Victor Laszlo, the subject of the all-time greatest exposition line. Oh, Victor, please don't go to the underground meeting tonight. The corniest line in the movie. Victor Laszlo. Okay, for 8 points. Film first names. Indiana Jones. Indiana comes from the dog, remember. Indiana Jones. Indiana comes from the dog, remember. Five seconds. Oh, you had to see the third film to remember it. Anybody? His real given first name is Henry, Professor Henry Indiana Jones. Sean Connery twits him about it a lot in the third film. Okay. Film first names for 10 points. Here we go. First name of Harry Bailey's big brother in It's a Wonderful Life. First name of Harry Bailey's big brother in It's a Wonderful Life. Eddie. Eddie?
There we go. Sorry. Go with George Bailey.
George, my big brother George, the richest man in town. 10 points, right, for brave little trivia. That's a 10-point increase. And now we go to Empire Falls. Empire Falls. For 2 points. At its height, it was known as the empire on which the sun never sets. A reference, Mike?
The British Empire.
The British Empire is correct. And now we have to go to a surprise substitution, surprise substitution, surprise substitution, la, 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 la. Okay. The surprise substitution for 4 points is coming out of State Gems. State Gems. Here we go for 4 points in State Gems. This form of silica, also the name of a Michigan city, is Ohio's gemstone. This form of silica, also the name of a Michigan city, is Ohio's gemstone. John.
Flint.
Flint is correct. Very good. That's the 4 surprise substitution points. And now we're back to Empire Falls for 6 points. On May 28th, 1804, he proclaimed what became known as the First Empire. On May 28th, John?
Napoleon?
Napoleon is correct for 6 points, and you are out of this category for the remainder. For 8 points. At the time of his death in At the time of his death in 1227, at the time of his death, his Mongol Empire stretched from Beijing, Mike?
Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan, from Beijing to the Caspian Sea. Genghis Khan is right. for 8 points. And finally, for 10 points, the dual monarchy was a byname of this hyphenated empire that collapsed in 1918. The dual monarchy was a byname of this hyphenated empire that collapsed in 1918. 5 seconds. Time. Rochelle, anybody?
The Austria-Hungary?
Austria-Hungary was correct. Yes, they collapsed in 1918 because they lost World War I. At the halfway point in the second round, still achingly close. Fair and Balanced 65, Brave Little Trivia 58. Anybody's match still. And no possibility of a tie, which is great. Our next category is Indian gaming. Indian gaming. You'll get the hang of this one too. Canada's Micmac Indians were early players of this winter game, and a brand of stick was named for them. Canada's Micmac Indians were early players of this, John?
Hockey.
Hockey, winter game, the Micmac stick. Yep. That's 2 points for the blue team. Indian gaming for 4. Lewis and Clark described a common game of hiding a small object in one of these. Guess which? Lewis and Clark described a common game of hiding a small object in one of these. Guess which? Mike?
A shell?
That is incorrect. We subtract 4 points, and the blue team you may consult. Lewis and Clark described a common game of hiding a small object in one of these. Guess which?
We don't have a phone line, so if anyone wants to say anything, you gotta say it like this.
I have no idea.
I mean, I was thinking a cup, but I'd say we pass. Everybody,
Okay. I have no idea.
Sure. So
let's pass.
Okay, Pat. Well, on the show, Mike, shell was the wrong answer, and it was a triple stumper. They all passed too. Rochelle, want to take a guess? They must have had a lot of time on their hands and been easily amused because they used to hide a small object in a hand. And you had to guess which hand. Hours of fun. Okay. Triple stumper on the show and here. Here we go for Indian gaming for 6. Long before Jim Thorpe, Roger Williams wrote that Indians, quote, have great meetings of this game, town against town. Long before Jim Thorpe, Roger Williams wrote that Indians, quote, have great meetings of this game, town against town. Freddie?
I'm going to say football.
Football is right. Nicely done, Freddie. And that was a triple stumper on the show. So very, very good. 6 points there. Okay, for 8 points. Bagataway was one of the original Native American names for this stick and ball game. Bagataway was one of the original Native American names for this stick and ball game. Freddie?
Baseball.
Incorrect. 8 points. It's a break for the blue team. Bagataway was one of the original Native American names for this stick and ball game. The team can consult and answer or pass.
Anybody?
Tennis?
I don't know. I'm thinking
for stickball?
it's not worth it.
Pass.
Yeah. We're gonna pass, but I was thinking cricket.
Cricket's wrong too. No, the Indian game that you had to figure would sooner or later show up in this category is lacrosse. Lacrosse was the stick and ball game. Okay, Indian gaming for 10 points. Here we go, teams. And Freddie, you're out of this because you buzzed in twice. Illinois women enjoyed a game in which plum pits functioned as these. Illinois women enjoyed a game in which plum pits functioned as these. 5 seconds. Time. Rochelle? Want to take a guess? They used them as dice. They used the plum pits as dice. So I think it's fascinating. Okay. Very good. The next category, the subject is roses. That's the category. The subject is roses. Okay, here we go for 2 points. Most rose species, like Rosa chinensis, are native to this continent. Most rose species. Mike?
Asia.
Asia. Chinensis was the clue in there. 2 points for the red team. The subject is roses for 4. Don't tell the band Poison, but the smooth Buttercup Z and Zephyrine Druhin are bred to not have these. Mike?
Thorns.
Thorns is right. I don't know what the reference to the band Poison is, but that's because I'm old. So that's 4 points there, and Mike is out of this category. The subject is roses for 6. Though they're not made of iron, roses are susceptible to fungal infections, producing orange spots called this. Though they're not made of iron, roses are susceptible to fungal. John?
Rust spots?
They are called rust spots, and that is correct for 6 points. The subject is roses for 8. The most popular garden roses are the hybrid these. There's a black variety, but don't try to brew it. The most popular garden roses are the hybrid these. There's a black variety, but don't try to brew it. Five seconds. Time. Rochelle?
I want to say tea.
Don't try to brew tea roses. Correct. Well done, Rochelle. You get another thumbs up. Well done. Tea roses. And finally, the subject is roses for 10 big points. Score is very tight. It's the anatomical name for a rose's soft, sometimes edible floral cup. It's the anatomical name for a rose's soft, sometimes edible floral cup. 5 seconds. Time. Rochelle? No? Everybody's heard of rose hips. That's the anatomical name. The rose's hip. Rose hips are the soft, sometimes edible floral cup. Okay, that would have been 10 points. It could have made a difference, but I think we'll have a decisive win here in this final category for one team or the other. Both teams are very close. With Fair and Balanced 73, Brave Little Trivia 58. It's anybody's game, and the category is by the book, and book is in quotes, which Jeopardy fans know means the word book is part of every response. So we're giving you that half of it. Okay, this has been a great match, teams. Good luck to both. It's anybody's match. For 2 points, by the, in quotes, book. A bachelor may keep a little one of these with phone numbers of girls, Jean?
Little black book.
Little black book ranging from Anne to Zoe. And that's 2 points for the blue team. For Jean. By the book for 4. On October 10th, 1896, the New York Times published a section devoted to these for the very first time. Mike.
Book reviews.
Book reviews is right for 4 points. Brave Little Trivia coming back. Here we go. Book by the book for 6. The first of these portable libraries was a horse-drawn cart. Jean?
Bookmobile?
The first bookmobile was in 1906 in Maryland, and that is right. And Jean, you're out of this category, but you certainly contributed to your team. It'll be up to the others for the blue team to carry through as we have 2 more clues for 8 points. Paper lice and silverfish are 2 examples of these. Paper lice and silverfish are two examples of these. Time. Rochelle? No. They are bookworms. Bookworms. And now 10 points for By the Book. Produced in Ireland between the mid-700s and the early 800s, it's an illustrated manuscript of the four Gospels in Latin. Mike?
The Book of Kells.
The Book of Kells is right, but coming up a little short. We have Fair and Balanced winning with 81 versus Brave Little Trivia 72. An excellent match, as I said. It could have gone both ways. Really good clues, a lot of fun. And of course, both teams will be back because this is a double elimination. So congratulations to both. Great job, Rochelle. Thank you so much.
It was really
and
exciting, guys.
We will see you again. This was an excellent, excellent match.
Good game, guys. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Great game, guys. Thanks.
Thank you. This is fun.
Bob, are you doing the next one in 10 minutes?
No, I think Ethan is hosting the next one.
Okay.
I'm available should he not show, but I think it's him.
He usually shows.
Yeah, he does, sure.
All right.
Thank you. That was fun.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Any movie recommendations for the weekend?
Oh, movie rec. Well, if you haven't seen The Rider, it's a masterpiece.
I know you like The Rider.
It's a masterpiece. It's one of the best movies I've seen in the last 10 years.
Remind me what it's about, because I have to see if I would enjoy the content.
You'll enjoy the visuals for sure, but the content, it's a semi-documentary because the guy is playing a version of himself. Brady Juno was a rodeo rider who suffered a terrible head injury and was told that he could never ride again.
Right.
But what do you do when the only thing you're good at, the only thing you love is taken away from you? And it's about his trying to forge a life. And the lives of rodeo riders in general are examined, but it's so beautiful, shot in South Dakota. And it's heartbreaking. And when you know how real, it's not really, he had a different injury than the one, he had a real injury, but he got it differently from the way the guy does in the film. And there's a friend of his who was a rodeo rider who makes a couple of appearances that are absolutely heartbreaking. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie.
Okay.
And I just think it's the best movie I've seen last year and this, because it was a Independent Spirit nominee last for 2017. I'm on that committee, so I saw the movie, and now it's out formally, so it'll be eligible for awards this year. So I can say it's the best movie of 2017, and may end up being the best one of 2018 as well.
Is the star somebody that we know?
Stars nobody we know, but you will know the filmmaker. Her name is Chloe Zhao. She's a very sweet, very small Chinese American young lady. It's only her second film.
Wow.
But she shows a command of the medium that is unbelievable.
I heard that the new Ethan Hawke movie is good. I don't know if it's out.
Yeah, that's what I hear. First Reformed. I also hear it's a little bit like Homework because it's very heavy. It's very Robert Bresson. It's very heavy-handed, I understand. But
have you seen the Ruth Bader Ginsburg documentary?
RBG, no, I haven't had a chance yet. That's got to be lively.
Yeah, she's just such a personality.
Yeah, I may actually go in to see that. I'm taking, because I have to do so much teaching this weekend. I'm taking one of my vacation days on Tuesday, so I essentially have a 4-day weekend, and I'm going to go into town into Boston to see a movie or two, and that'll probably be on my list. I have no real interest, to be honest with you, in seeing Solo, a Star Wars story.
No, I don't watch any of the Star Wars ones. So I think I saw the original and Empire Strikes Back, and subsequently none.
Well, I keep up with them, and I'll probably see it eventually. But the guy playing Harrison Ford is such a lousy actor.
He looks pretty, but I don't know anything.
Oh, he's pretty, but he's inexpressive. He ruined that Warren Beatty movie, Rules Don't Apply. He was so boring as the romantic lead in that. I could not imagine why he was hired.
Oh, did you see the Annette Bening Seagull?
No.
Yeah, I want to do that. So
I loved her. I love her and everything, and I love the seagull.
I think she's great. Yeah.
I'm told that they made it too like cinematic. They cut a lot out, and it's very rapid, and there's a lot of cutting, and it's I don't think Chekhov should be languid. It should be funny, but
I saw travesties. I did not understand what was going on. I seriously did not.